Just hopped out the bank, I'm rolling, pockets swollen, it's my year. And I am the one who's chosen, neck wrist frozen, I don't care. I enter the room, I'm glowing, no strings holding, hands gone clear. I'm coming to own like Romans, this my moment, zero fear. Oh my God, I feel amazing. Running out the numbers with my feet. My disease is going viral. Yeah, trust me, I'm a sicko when we meet. Beefing like it's 1337. Now they know that if I enter, I'm elite. And I like it when it's gold. Rocky diamonds added ASAP. Just hopped out the bank, I'm rolling, pockets swollen, it's my year. And I am the one who's chosen, neck wrist frozen, I don't care. I enter the room, I'm glowing, no strings holding, hands gone clear. I'm coming to own like Romans, this my moment, zero fear. Yeah, situated in my own lane. I'm not in it for the one time. Snowpiercer, my train, always on the go. My shit so cold, I'm Eskimo. I need an igloo for my shindu and then add a double O. Show me the money cause I'm not a liar. I'm on my Jerry Maguire. I'm on the up like a wheelie, shaking when coming to see me. My team all over the map, living and giving and doing it freely. You might not full of the cap, I'm so ahead like I'm wearing a beanie. Love it, karma. Private, charter, moving, easy, losing, nah. She hate all the money I waste, still wrapping a brick in the lace. She liking the way that I'm potent, riding a 10 like it's Alton, and she'll ride it again. Just hopped out the bank, I'm rolling, pockets swollen, it's my year. And I am the one who's chosen, neck wrist frozen, I don't care. I enter the room, I'm glowing, no strings holding, hands gone clear. I'm coming to own like Romans, this my moment, zero fear.
Say hello to the Lord with my sincerest regards. Why the rising tide of troubled waters we cross into the fire and frost when the desire is lost? Is it survivor's remorse that raised higher the course? During the year of the horse, I had so much to resolve, it hung me over. I was fearing the hair of the dog. They killed my homie, I was there when they carried him off. When we buried him, we wrapped him in Nigerian cloth. They told a story about him having a malaria cough. They tried to say he had a weapon that was clearly a torch. I hold the fury so they fear me, but it nearly was washed. Expecting me to be forgiven like it really was squashed. But I have seen so much that I can never be hushed. I've been the bearer of a burden that is heavy as fuck. I'm pure legacy, incredibly I'll never be touched. It ain't nowhere to go from here but up.
Why must I feel so low to the ground, low to the ground, low? Why does it feel so low to the ground, low? Seen it on the walls, I wanted to believe, will it ever settle down?
all in denial, and seeing the murderer smile as he was brought into trial. I watched the vultures circle awaiting the fall of a child, and canines devoured alive, the call of the wild. I couldn't accept the charge for the call of the void, or for progress destroyed over Darwin and Freud. Survival totally could depend on the toss of a coin or a pawn. Which organization allowed you to join? I live on the borderline like a dishwater blind, or like Malcolm shooting up the head to the autobahn. I caught a vibe, I would have taken as some sort of sign, or I'm more aligned, but I was running so short of time, and I have felt so much that I am numb to the touch. Whenever assumptions make it hard for me to function is rough, cause every something I ever wanted was once in my clutch, so ain't nowhere to go from here but up.
Why must I feel so low to the ground, low to the ground, low? Why does it feel so low to the ground, low? Seen it on the walls, I wanted to believe, but will it ever settle down? No, don't know the answer. Wall on the quest. I never felt alone like this before.
S23 production.
Champagne sessions, I savor the sun. Little bit of ice in the jug. Who's the one that's been livening it up? Too nice in a cup. Bop and I lean, cause that's all that I got. Got a lot more, no amount, no problem. Try my mind, no, I take my options. I found the sense within all my nonsense. They found the key, but yet they're still locked in. Electric dreaming, I stay gleaming. Live life season, enjoy my freedom. Searching for wisdom, searching for reason. Can't be cold on the curb in the evening. Gotta get right, gotta set up and get back. Can't lose sight of the goal off a setback. Things weren't right, but I never left that sand and sea. I left my heart back in Barcelona. I party hard till the dance is over. Wait at the bar till they pass it over. Can't pass with a glass till I'm far from sober. Left my heart back in Barcelona. Back in Barcelona. Back in Barcelona. I left my heart back in Barcelona.
Sunday sessions, vibes in records, making beats that teach them lessons. Bring that energy, we don't need weapons. Got nothing but love for 100 seconds, and I mean it. That's a feel good track. Feel that kick, man, you feel laid back. Nothing feels real when you feel like that. Many man, I feel chill in the shades and caps. And we raise a game is Taylor Maiden, T Blanco, sides caving. Going straight in, never switch lanes in. Bringing the bus in the big bars, getting laid in. Busting the beats hardest. Now you ain't nothing on these artists. When we leave the streets, we see carnage. Fem boys dropping up rhythms between parsnips. Chop, 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 mix, mix, mix. Tune that beat till it's sick, sick, sick. Man, it's hot, 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 so big, big, big. Gonna blaze crazy, it's lit, lit, lit. Never stop, stop, stop. I will never quit this kid. I don't wanna take that risk. I don't wanna break that bridge we're building. I just wanna raise them quids.
I left my heart back in Barcelona. I party hard till the dance is over. Wait at the bar till they pass it over. Can't pass with a glass till I'm far from sober. Left my heart back in Barcelona. Back in Barcelona. Back in Barcelona. I left my heart back in Barcelona. Busy backstreet, yeah, she saw more. Umber and a napkin, plus 3-4. Basso on the bridge, tasting the lips. Save my number, it's plus 4-4. Few drinks in and the lust increases. She likes me, I'll explain my thesis. Little smile for the boy, and she's putting her hands above where the knees. Look on the bright side. It's still a nice night. 6 AM flight, I have to leave before the light. Bye. Now I'm back again, it's not a natural end. Got a taxi back, right back to her ends. Up to attend and I stand at attention. Did I mention that we did it again? Love a little rhythm when you're in every pocket. Hands in my pocket like I'm looking for my wallet. Slap it and squeeze it, I don't wanna stop it. Grandma's calling, that's awkward timing. Back in Barcelona. Back in Barcelona. Back in Barcelona, I left my heart back in Barcelona. Left my heart back in Barcelona. Party hard till the dance is over. Wait at the bar till they pass it over. Can't pass with a glass till I'm far from sober.
It's all or nothing now, the end is almost near.
For being scared, now I'm living without fear. I'm moving fast, yeah, I'm switching up the gears. I'll give it everything I got, I'm going clear. And I'm back like I ain't never left. Take me to church, yeah, let me confess. Last year I had a lot on my mind like Tony Stark, couldn't get it off my chest. But now I'm back to back like I'm Aubrey. Reborn, yeah, everything blessed. From the ashes brings a new story. Show, don't tell, I'ma ace this test. Last year, 100k on the AdSense. Your channel ain't even got ads yet. Now I'm suited up like I'm Brosnan. Can't pierce this bubble like a stab vest. And the distro kid looking crazy. I pay myself, motherfuckers don't pay me. Been taking notes from Jamie, still learning, yo, can you blame me? And now I'm on the road and I ain't never looking back. Yeah, I had a taste and I just don't know how to act. And I ain't never been up in this position before. So I'ma double down, buckle up and go to war. So I can reap what I deserve. I'm destined to prove my passion. Ain't gonna lie, I've been slacking. Now it's lights, cameras, action. And I ain't got time to be humble. Nowadays it's just clout and numbers. It's about who wants it more. And that's my secret, I'm always hungry. It's all or nothing, now the end is almost near. Fuck being scared, now I'm living without fear. I'm moving fast, yeah, I'm switching up the gears. I give it everything I got, I'm going clear. And I'm back like I ain't never left. It's my time, yeah, I said it with chest. I got one in the chamber, been spraying on my life and I got one left. Bullet, yeah, I'ma pull it. I'm an icon like Rude Hullet. I live life to the fullest. I'm gonna get this money, then sit back, no worries. Cause I'm over that, I used to overthink and it would hold me back. They said I'm a failure and only that. Another tables will turn, bitch, hold my plaque and it's on to the next one. I don't care about the toes that I stepped on. I'ma bring that fire like I'm Szechuan. And I'm way too slept on. Motherfucker, yeah, I'm way too slept on. And now I'm on the road and I ain't never looking back. Flew around the world, now my name is on the map. And I ain't never been up in this position before. So I'ma take your crown, I am not to be ignored. I've been around for the longest, patiently waiting for my chance. Tell them the price gone up, had a couple zeros to the advance. Cause now I'm moving differently. Last year I was a different me. No fear, no doubt, no rest, nothing less than victory. Yeah, it's all or nothing, now the end is almost near. Fuck being scared, now I'm living without fear. I'm moving fast, yeah, I'm switching up the gears. I give it everything I got, I'm going clear.
Right there where I left off, never really cared about next up. And I'm next up, wish you the best luck with it. I'm too blessed, start easy how we did it, no rest stops. Just pressure, more moves, just knowing it get better. More tunes, just run it and get writing. Old news, there's nothing that I've been vibing to. All the same, it ain't just my view. All the game, it got me too confused. All the names and that fame ain't you. Fool the plays and let them change your truth. All the same, it ain't just my view. All the game, it got me too confused. All the names and that fame ain't you. Fool the plays and let them change your truths. See me, I'm out running, put a little doubt on it. Without the feelings of bouncing, I wouldn't break out from it. Proper way out of it, operate well for this. To swing right back in my face, how come it's the times that I have it all in place? Something breaks and changes for the worst, all it takes. One mistake, regardless of intention stated. Strangers will take offense for the nameless. Shameless, finding a way to feel hated, then turn that hatred to someone else less deserving. The serpents are slick but get burnt quick, observe. From the top perch waiting. Stop with the hating, faking. If I stink, it's the fragrance that I'm blazing. Moments in time worth saving. Short-term memory loss ain't amazing, but relaxation from times demonstrating. When pain hits, put it in gear, get paid in your placement. Too many people replaceable, so you gotta be more than capable. If you know what I'm saying. Bars that I'm laying are blueprints. Give a F what who thinks when it's my life and I make it. Right there where I left off, never really cared about next up. And I'm next up, wish you the best luck with it. I'm too blessed, start easy how we did it, no rest stops. Just pressure, more moves, just knowing it get better. More tunes, just run it and get writing. Old news, there's nothing that I've been vibing to. All the same, it ain't just my view. All the game, it got me too confused. All the names and that fame ain't you. Fool the plays and let them change your truth. All the same, it ain't just my view. All the game, it got me too confused. All the names and that fame ain't you. Fool the plays and let them change your truths.
And oh, yo, Domini, the nation, legion, we here, we rockin'. like Pac here. The coaches say don't talk to the law, the cops weird. It's not a nigga that I fear, my eyes clear. What I did in 10, I'm quadrupling in 5 years. Standards, we don't even respect the slander. They asking questions but trying to contaminate the answers. Never picked up the bandana life. These niggas toting guns that they can't even handle right. Keep the shit a stack, we don't got a chance. We just working on a couple $1 million plans. I'm making invisible moves like I'm Hollow Man. The game will make you feel like you ain't real until you shot a man. And he gotta be the same color skin. That harsh reality, who trying to cap the lid? Don't be investing all that money if your album in. Don't be investing all that money if your album in. They say, what if you fail? I say, God forbid. That hate they was wishing on me, I got the opposite. That's why I throw my locs on some Big Papa shit. Tell them I'm coming and I'm rocking who I'm rocking.
Hello. Why does it sound like ass? Bleh. Hope I'm audible. Audible.com. That was pretty good. Just testing the sound, sounding like a maniac. Let's go with that for now. A magnetric in chat. Need to buy some Pokeballs. Give me that Pokeball. Back to game. What I don't like is there's no way to control the audio of Adventure Quest for me. Oh well. creaky chair. Love trying to close an app, but it thinks you're trying to open it. Woo. No. What the hell is that? Okay, so it hates fire. That's nice to know. This looks like good shit. Let's do that. Chomp. Nice health. Wait, I'm an idiot. Why am I not using my fire Vampragon? That's why. Really? Yay. Okay, that's enough of the music now. On my adventure quest. That's... I'm dumb. Hold on. There you go. That should be better. Ow. Wait, did I heal myself? No, I did not. Why did I not? Why did I do that? Heal me, Twilly. Show me ya willy. He doesn't like ice or water or wind, really. I think I have an ice weapon. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have wind and water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wind and water. I have ice. I have water. I have wi fire, dude. Okay.
I never get gassed by the hype. I'm so extra with time. They just speak, but they type. They're a dog if they bite. For so wrong to be right, but the future is bright. Crystals around me, they evil. I've been through so many drawers, I could eye up the sides. Put a pattern near the door of the window to dry when it's wet and it's poor, but I need it to fly. These days can't be there when they
That
need
was
you.
just not
Toxic
the whistle.
ruthless, nothing's beneath me. Invoice ting, how could I do freebie? Not too tough on a social kiki. Awkward you and my small talk squeaky. I want peace and love like Rafiki. Pothole roads on my own ain't easy, but I pattern it always the cheeky. I just wanna block out the noise and skank. Never been a
Whoa,
vape, always
that
been
was
dank.
cool.
Gave them hope, I'm the one they thank. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Could have been euros, pounds or francs. Actors could have been Cruz or Hanks. Gave them hope, I'm the one they thank. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise.
I didn't catch the manette trick. What the hell? Rude. Such a cute bunny.
Still breezy. Harass my ting, best block and delete me. I don't wanna talk online, come see me. I don't wanna live your life, you pre me. I don't wanna be your babes or sweetie. I need all the love, I'm greedy. Deja vu, I feel sleepy. Here for a long time, couldn't be briefly. My archive more than a buy and sell. Got a dub for the highest clientele. Always in a rush, can't help myself. Chain smoke like I can't help my health. I'm all ears if you up my wealth. I worked it out, now I'm rap boys hell. Come knock me down cause I'm hard to quell. Got the scene on my lap like Adele. I just wanna block out the noise and skank. Never been a vape, always been dank. Gave them hope, I'm the one they thank. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Could have been euros, pounds.
Bunny's pretty shit.
Could have been Cruz or Hanks. Gave them hope, I'm the one they thank. 16 bars, take straight to the
I'm
bank.
afraid.
Block out the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank.
That was much better.
16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise.
Rainbow.
16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise. Straight to the bank. Block out the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank.
Ayo. Don't mind if he does. Don't mind at all.
Repackage hate back to the sender. I'm top 5, doesn't matter what gender. Hit loud till my body feels tender. I sit proud and I watch their agenda.
I'm a commandment bender, bossy, couldn't use me for a sender. Low key, watch how I stepped in slender. OG, now I'm a big swag lender.
Repackage hate back
I
to
feel
the
like I should
sender.
do
I'm top
some
5,
kind of
doesn't matter what
adventure
gender.
scene,
Hit loud till my body feels tender. I sit
given
proud
that
and I
it
watch
is
their
called
agenda.
Adventure
I'm a
Quest.
commandment bender, bossy, couldn't use me for a sender. Low key, watch how I stepped in slender. OG, now I'm a big swag lender. Yeah, better be bread on a phone call. I could have been gone, but I'm local.
Looks like a
People ask me
testicle.
why I'm a
It also
different
looks
guy.
like
At 16,
Marcus.
how I provide. The family name I'm paving. I done glass though, they think I made it. I made changes and I do regular shows, but I still don't know what fame is. I cut through and my car got tints. Came so far from feeling paro, the path was narrow, it is what it is. Helped too much, so I'm feeling rinse. Brand new path, life couldn't defeat me. Jordan 4, so
do
I
have
stepped
a
so
win
neatly. I got throwaway bars that are better than your whole CD.
Nice.
Better come pre me.
I rep CB5 and NG. They don't grind or work, they envy. I leave a mark on them like Mendy, and I don't need to approach despite their hate. To my face, they always act friendly. It's funny how they mix in the medley. I stand back and I watch like telly. I'm a top girl, get Shelly like Shelly. I disappear and come back Machiavelli. The scene so tap to tap in for Spenny. Smoke Kush to Cole and Kenny. The truth come thick, that's fire in my belly. It gets hot in the room like Nelly, cause I'm the plate, the cake and cherry. These man think they're hard, they're semi. I'm gold standard, they're Kev and Perry. Package hate back to the sender. I'm top 5, doesn't matter what gender. Hit loud till my body feels tender. I sit proud and I watch their agenda.
I'm a commandment bender, bossy, couldn't use me for a sender. Low key, watch how I stepped in slender. OG, now I'm a big swag lender.
Repackage hate back to the sender. I'm top 5, doesn't matter what gender. Hit loud till my body feels tender. I sit proud and I watch their agenda.
I'm a commandment bender, bossy, couldn't use me for a sender.
Do it.
Low key, watch
Yes,
how I
trouble.
stepped in slender. OG, now I'm a big swag lender. I know that I'm right on course, got feelings, I got a right, of course. Emotional balance came with time, of course. That's why I got fighting force. I got wins, I'm planning ahead.
What's my
I
moral
got mind of
compass?
thoughts. They know that I got the finest source. Throwback, I
literally
got
the
my time
same.
in court.
I'm wise with my words, cause my words do carry. Work and rest, trying to find my balance. Not perfect and I'm not embarrassed. Target me cause
Have
I
you
got
heard
this
any
talent.
rumours?
Artistry fam, it's more than average.
You need to be at
Lonely
level
youth,
10 or
always on my
higher
carry.
or a
Life's
guardian
good
to
now,
tackle
ain't
my
too shabby.
adventures.
Now cheat codes while the man they're laggy.
Oh,
Repackage hate
great.
back to the sender. I'm top 5, doesn't matter what
Yeah,
gender.
pain.
Hit loud till my body feels tender. I sit proud and I watch their agenda.
The smallest white is. Hi there, I'm also known as Miss Fix-It among many other names. I bet you're wondering why I'm here. I'm one of the Knights of Order, or coup if you prefer. We are responsible for making sure law retains the balance intended by Larithia. I'm also the former Adventure Quest Bugs head moderator, and so I was elected spokesnight for this. I'm here to announce recent changes, updates, and improvements, fixes even we have made. Cool. Oh, looking for something to do? That is a nice stuff, to be fair. A kidnapping. Okay, Vita, no cheating this time. Sorry, I don't mean to do it, it's just, well, I end up inside what I'm hiding behind sometimes. I promise I won't do it this time. Okay, be sure you pick a decent spot. 1, 2, 3, and hard quick. Ready or not, here I come. I don't see her around here. There she is, but who's with her? So what are these samples from anyway, Mr. Kelly? Nothing really special. Observing how the plants interact with certain chemicals, analyzing soil composition, that sort of thing. You, however, are a great deal more interesting in comparison. Most ghosts I've seen are more interested in attacking the people they find wandering around, as opposed to engaging them in conversation. Attack. Mother would not be happy if I hurt people. Are you going to check that stuff you were talking about here in the forest? Not quite. I have an easy way of storing them, but it's best to examine them in the lab I have nearby. Actually, if you're willing, you could... Found you, Vita. You really should hide better. Who's your friend? Mara, I totally forgot. I was looking for a hiding spot when I saw Mr. Kamui here wandering around looking at plants and stuff. He says he's collecting samples for analysis or something. I've already forgotten all their voices. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mara. Vita here was just keeping me company while I was working. She's certainly an interesting girl, although it seems you're quite the interesting one as well. Huh? Okay, this is boring. Given your skin tone, I'd have guessed you were golden, but that aura feels half gold fontai, half dark fontai. That's what Mama told me. How did you know that? I've spent time studying a lot of intelligent races and law, so I memorized the vast majority of their cultural and physiological characteristics. That and I have good eyes. Anyway, I was getting ready to head to a lab I have near to examine these samples. I really want to talk to comedy's the last thing on my mind right now. This legendary dragon was offering bits of his power for mouse tails. I know, I suppose he could have been hungry, but still. The smallest, whitest dick. I need your help. Karina, what happened? Did something happen to Lara again? She was kidnapped along with another one of my children, Vita. Alvev here saw the one responsible for stealing them away. He was a human with white hair wearing black and red robes and some weird gauntlets. I don't know if I need to remember this. Human with white hair wearing black and red robes and some weird gauntlets. I couldn't follow them across the terrain they were on, they were too busy talking to him. He's a friend of mine, a researcher. His experiments tend to explode a bit more than I prefer, but he's not the type to kidnap children. See, Mum, I told you they didn't look like he was forcing them to go with him. Now, he mentions explosions. Miss, fix it. Do you know where this Kamui took my children? If I had to guess, it was probably his lamb. I can teleport us right there. See you down there.
shooters, I'm onto them. Break doors in, getting long for them. Can't shout, no set, no song for them. Free agent, don't belong to them. Hide out, then I ride out. Simple, I'm a sign now. Shy them, but it's mine now. Fly out, I'm a sign now. Hide out, then I ride out. Symbol, I'm a sign now. Shy them, but it's mine now. Fly out, I'm a sign now. Hide out, then I ride out. Symbol, I'm a sign now. Shy them, but it's mine now. Fly out, I'm a sign now. Hide out, then I ride out. Symbol, I'm a sign now. Shy them, but it's mine now. Fly out, I'm a sign now.
I don't watch face cause I walk with the most I rude boy, tell me what you're trying to get into. I ain't really on all the online beef, man. See when I main then spin it and rinse you. Big dog man, I eating big food. You wouldn't believe all the shit that I've been through, but I stay grateful and I give thanks for there's so many parts of the world that I've been to.
Fire, wind,
pick it up, I ain't talking about weights, man. Lift it up, I ain't talking to inferior MCs. You little man ain't lyrically fitting up. I'm a lion in the jungle, fuck what a sheep is thinking. They claim to be really about it, but they ain't too convincing.
Let's do this then.
Symbol, I'm a sign now. Shy them, but it's mine now. Fly out, I'm a sign now. Hide out, then I ride out. Symbol, I'm a sign now. Shy them, but it's mine now. Fly out, I'm a sign now. Hide out, then I ride out. Symbol, I'm a sign now. Shy them, but it's mine now. Fly out, I'm a sign now. Hide out, then I ride out. Symbol, I'm a sign now. Shy them, but it's mine now. Fly out, I'm a sign now.
I was expecting her to be a little stronger.
Words spread about me like bug, still on their lips like mug. All of my haters slumped, best cry in the hole you dug. Best cry me a river, triple the bag and I'll sign and deliver. They lean on me, I'm bigger, cost of living I think much bigger. Words spread about me like bug, still on their lips like mug. All of my haters slumped, best cry in the hole you dug. Best cry me a river, triple the bag and I'll sign and deliver. They lean on me, I'm bigger, cost of living I think much bigger.
This could be quite difficult.
Still only need a lighter. I don't drink beer and I don't drink cider. The sweetest rum on my rider. Used to bump train, was an open
Water,
one of the coldest writers, but man don't say it cause I got vagina. Puff till my brain feels lighter. Got more bread and I just got tighter. It's weird how this life thing works cause I went through mud and I came out brighter. They suddenly wanna be round me, wondering where was this energy prior. The piss split nice in the grinder, so I'm intrigued by the latest supply. Words spread about me like bug, still on their lips like mug. All of my haters slumped, best cry in the hole you dug. Best cry me a river, triple the bag and I'll sign and deliver. They lean on me, I'm bigger, cost of living I think much bigger. Words spread about me like bug, still on their lips like mug. All of my haters slumped, best cry in the hole you dug. Best cry me a river, triple the bag and I'll sign and deliver. They lean on me, I'm bigger, cost of living I think much bigger. Big up the cosigns, big up the mentions. Never had luck, it's always intention. Loud pack mixed with the Benson. Hard days grind, it alleviates tension. I just wanna enjoy the music, man in my ear with 21 questions. After my set, I'm just trying to relax, but next man always trying to steal my attention. I'm a rapper, I ain't got a pension. On a one-way trip to Ascension, trying to make sure that my fam get an entrance. First time I had a wheel up sentence, I was taken back by the hype and suspension. Revenge is sweet and it's tempting. You ain't the same when you ain't with your brethrens. Words spread about me like bug, still on their lips like mug. All of my haters slumped, best cry in the hole you dug. Best cry me a river, triple the bag and I'll sign and deliver. They lean on me, I'm bigger, cost of living I think much bigger. Words spread about me like bug, still on their lips like mug. All of my haters slumped, best cry in the hole you dug. Best cry me a river, triple the bag and I'll sign and deliver. They lean on me, I'm bigger, cost of living I think much bigger.
Okay, and we leveled up. Nice. What the? Wind or water lights? Let's go with our little wind weapon. don't know if the owl is part. Oh yeah, I think the owl's part of it too. What? Whole tree just fell on me. I've just noticed the fucking tortoise bomb coming towards me. I don't like the look of that. Shit, I think it's gonna explode. Oh, it just said hello.
Give me the sweetest sensation when your friends are the people you get paid with. Vultures want a piece of the pie, can't get that.
Buzzard doesn't like this.
Tie to my circle and then shape it. I gotta trust who I play my end game with. Must be embracing this feminine side, the way that boy begging for engagement. I never stayed where I'm allocated. From a kid I just went where I gravitated. Don't get rattled with man, I'm snaky. But bro, when I operate apparatus, gotta get up and go, can't ever made it. Can't remember the last time I sat and waited. That's the first time I have in ages. She shot a shot but I've been passing, cause they can't answer what I've been asking. I know cheers when all of my peers take all of their fears, put them in caskets. And I gotta pick a side, I ain't impartial. Lost weight, can't know I got slim chances. So he guys all licking her lips when I drop that injustice in larges.
I'll cheers when the war is over. Need money, long money, too like yoga. I want one of each like Noah. Pattern and bars don't mean I'm a stoner. If I wanted it from you, I'd phone ya, but your line's dry like baking soda. Had to cut 'em off, didn't meet the quota. Trust no one like everyone cobra. I'll cheers when the war is over. Need money, long money, too like yoga. I want one of each like Noah. Pattern and bars don't mean I'm a stoner. If I wanted it from you, I'd phone ya, but your line's dry like baking soda. Had to cut 'em off, didn't meet the quota. Trust no one like everyone cobra.
I feel like I'll make amends, but for now I'm trying to make a dent. This lifestyle's wild, bro, please don't take offense if I'm never even there in the end. I feel like I'll make amends, but for now I'm trying to make a dent. This lifestyle's wild, bro, please don't take offense if I'm never even there in the end. I'm on a journey, I don't know where it's leading. These angels and demons arguing over Adam and Eve, and I find it hard to believe in the Garden of Eden. The truth that I'm seeking, I put it in the booth, rapping and preaching, looking for a reason or meaning for what I'm seeing. Damn, I've been leaning to dreaming, I'm feeding the land. Every season been planned, I'm greeted by the biggest of hands. Call me Danny Rand, know that I'm on top of the plan. I feel like I'll make amends, but for now I'm trying to make a dent. This lifestyle's wild, bro, please don't take offense if I'm never even there in the end. I feel like I'll make amends, but for now I'm trying to make a dent. This lifestyle's wild, bro, please don't take offense if I'm never even there in the end.
So Vita, I have to ask, what's it like being able to pass through solid matter when you choose to do so? I just pass through everything no matter what. By seas, you don't really feel the matter as you pass through it. No, I don't feel anything. If someone were able to enable you to feel, would you allow them to do so? You can do that. I don't know.
This lifestyle's wild, bro, please don't take offense if I'm never even there in the end. I feel like I'll make amends, but for now I'm trying to make a dent. This lifestyle's wild, bro, please don't take offense if I'm never even there in the end.
So I gotta take it back to the start. Before we were grown, always alone, we'd never part. Didn't understand the weight in my heart. The thoughts that I get never project, so indirect. I get pressed out of faith in my feelings. I remember way back when I didn't see this. How many days gone by since I've been here? Tell a lie, won't don't smile when I leave here. I'm on a wide range, rolling by minimum wage. A typical slave, still can't tell if I'm broke or I'm paid. I'm counting the days that are left before I blow like a nade. You should have stayed here, now you're playing games. Well, we could've took the highway, and now I follow my way. See, I've been out of town, hope that you would stick around, or at least you could've tried, babe. At least you could've tried, babe.
I feel like I'll make amends, but for now I'm trying to make a dent. This lifestyle's wild, bro, please don't take offense if I'm never even there in the end. I feel like I'll make amends, but for now I'm trying to make a dent. This lifestyle's wild, bro, please don't take offense if I'm never even there in the end.
But you just healed. What?
Bay only works if they buy it. Mashed up world, it's a risk to be nice. Fool me once but can't fool me twice. Sweet ones still I attract them flies. Don't pedestal them man, they lie. I'm on BBC like Stephen Fry. I'm a pop in like Dick Van Dyke. Gone in a flash once I step off the mic. Swift, gun fingers in the sky. Stop telling me you're in my corner. I can feel the lies in your aura. All I see is projected trauma. I got my backpack on like I'm Dora. Grind for my unborn daughter. Man still want me senora. Buy me some time and a quarter. Revenge is sweet, I'm a hoarder. Don't like it, then I ain't for ya. Career kicked off from recorder. Now they love my ting cross the border. Mango and a pack of drip water. Tall girl, more time they come shorter. Main character, director and author. Trying to save these sheep from the slaughter. I don't like this game, I adore her. These man ain't got spice, they're korma. I'm cream of the crop and best from my block, so I know for my doubters it's torture. More time I'm trying to live simple, but I'll open the door, it's Pandora. Weight on my back so it's broader, but I stay smooth, Michael in fedora.
When they ask me for my reasoning, no, it's all purpose, no seasoning. More time, the work's like yard food. You only see me if there's peas in it. Any goal man set, man's reaching it. See the flow's top shelf, no seeds in it. We all got dry deep down, you just need to push the start like cars without keys in it. This one's deep with degrees in it. And they know that it's big if Z's in it. Man, they know that it's big if it's ZW. Man, get 2 L's, turn it to a W. Oh yeah, that's a loss to a win. It makes sense that I bossed the ting. I support my G's even if I was broke, cause love don't cost a thing on the block. Man, smoke J's on the low and forget about all the bad luck with the crow. But they want us on the estate so we don't grow. Man will do anything for my little bro, so we ain't stuck on the road with the Rambo. It's hard cause you wanna go where the gang go. Little fed chase, so you're stuck with the case and you went from a bright light to a black hole. It's mad. Don't get sucked in to make it out, you really gotta be locked in. Energy change when a man boxed in. Up front, everything I touch top bins. Hate on my name, but talk is cheap. It'll be late when you realise what it cost him. Sober now, but I'm blaming the yak when I bottle in, man, the people the Voss did. And I took time off, but I never lost it. Don't play Stone Cold, man, not Austin. Tryna make meals like Vic Ross did, yeah. When I get the bag, man, I hold it hostage. Came from the ends where, man, I knowledge. And I'm gonna make it out, so, man, I watch this.
They don't show love cause they're toxic. Rap star never been pop shit. Outside never be boxed in. See how they try me and flopped it. Shut your mouth, put a sock in. Had a sick year but I topped it. Try me but I stay locked in. Top one and I ain't stopping.
What is a Hatterene Pokemon?
This combination is just not allowed. It's not on. Like how people gonna lay down verses when these are the levels? Nah, but real, you two are inspiration, real talk. I never saw this link up coming, but it makes so much sense. You're the realest
Right.
about both of you never letting the levels drop off for a second, you know. Being good, we expect you lot to be good, but being consistently good, that's a whole other thing. And you lot just stay getting it done, not waiting about, faffing about. And I rate that so much. So don't you dare stop, right? Don't take your foot off their necks.
If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't my friends, it's my lover. If it ain't my ops, it's my brother. If it ain't my pops, it's my mother. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't my friends, it's my lover. If it ain't my ops, it's my brother. If it ain't my pops, yeah. It's cringe till it sells. I like souls that dwell. I like people who text because they know I can't bell. I like shopping in Gemporium, that vintage that smells. I like music with intention, give a fuck about sales. I like men who like themselves and don't project on the world. I like men who protect women, not just when they have girls. I like teachers who teach, and not teachers that tell. I like leaders who got values and don't lead us to hell. I like fathers with time, the type to be receptive when the bond's on the line. The type you see in person, you don't search for online. The type to call you up and say I'm grateful you're mine. The type check you're good because you're still on his mind. The type to work a shift but will still meet you at 9. The type to save the day because the vibe wasn't right. The type to check you're good because he's seeing the signs and he sees you're not fine. If it ain't one thing, it's another.
London Christmas Fair. I did not know that was tomorrow.
If it ain't my ops, it's my brother. If it ain't my pops, it's my mother. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't my friends, it's my lover. If it ain't my ops, it's my brother. If it ain't my pops, it's my mother.
If it ain't no one I love, they get the shoulder shrug. I see man do some things that made me know they got the coldest blood. Sold his grab to his friend's mother, that's no Cody cuz. Just so opportunistic up, trying to offload his drugs. Each of all these slugs, nah, they don't know these cuts. Monkey see the monkey do, the young G does what OG does. It's just a cycle, Earth's a stage and it's recital. Will you take the lead and thrive or live your whole life in survival? Knowing you could be anything. I seen the rise and fall of many kings, but without failure you won't see any wins. So don't watch their ups and downs. It's spread of circuses, there's lots of clowns. Keep it moving, cover lots of ground. I smoke the whole pound, that's how I discovered my sound. If it ain't raw emotion, then I ain't hearing it. I need more devotion. I see these NPCs coasting, but if it ain't real then I don't feel no thing.
If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't my friends, it's my lover. If it ain't my ops, it's my brother. If it ain't my pops, it's my mother. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't my friends, it's my lover. If it ain't my ops, it's my brother. If it ain't my pops, it's my mother.
So if you can hear my brother, he's very loud. Level 10. Wait here, this is the entrance to Kamui's lab and research facility. But this is just some random spot in the forest. Where is this lab? Just watch. Familiar energy signature detected. Okay. Oh. I fell. But my health is back. Potatoes. It's called potatoes.
Be on a roll, I'm supreme, that's brand new clothes. Look on the mesh and fabric, get man down, that's brand new tactics. Lactic acid build, of course. We play that food, of course. So I show with no remorse. If I swing when I swing with force. L plate them and I learners, gang with the science, that's guns and burners. Move and scream, shit don't concern us. So turn to the school and my hair is hurting. I threw the left hook on purpose, I get that KO, the income surplus. Knuckles burning, my girl wants a Birkin, bro calls for a new excursion. Man, them say they ain't threatened, they ain't seen this threat in person. The situation will worsen, your gang of teeners will all be turners. Flip this shit like spatula, straight to the neck, just aim like Dracula. No blade, but we aim for shoulder, scapula, rolling six like Canada. I'm the manager of all of these pagans, slapped on tag, I was moving fragrant. That was top sushi, bougie, Asian, fly out attacking Vegas, free from the legal, bustle the cases, talking champagne, spray up the places. Yeah, just talking champagne, spray up the places. On a roll, we on a roll, I'm supreme, that's brand new clothes. Look on the mesh and fabric, get man down, that's brand new tactics. Lactic acid build, of course, we play that field, of course. So I show with no remorse. If I swing, then I swing with force. Swing with force, I'm a blazing ping him, another one down and say good riddance. Him nervous, moving frigid, I saw a sweet one and my ting got rigid. Straight to business, me and my hitters, they're moving salty, make us fritters. They're nasty trash litter, I figured he'd dash if I bought my dipper. He ain't no killer, states got bigger, and he chose to protect his liver. Mirror, mirror, grab that liquor, pre the reflection, gal in the section. Juicy leather complexion, shake them cheeks, let's test the connection. Side drip, no question. Bro, look, her brethren, pre in the gang, but she weren't gonna mention. Now 1-3 up, she saw that engine. No show this time for avenging. Get through, there's no intervention. Put pressure on tendons, causing tension. All in a life of vengeance.
Shows them to go the other person.
I said, all in a
Feel
life
like
of
they were a bit
vengeance.
stronger.
Roll, I'm supreme, that's brand new clothes. Look on the mesh and fabric, get man down, that's brand new tactics. Lactic acid build, of course. We play that field, of course. So I show with no remorse. If I swing, then I swing with force.
I think I'm gonna turn to Trouble now. He's just so much stronger.
Roll up my trees and smoke away. Maybe I'll go, maybe I'll stay. Maybe I'll float somewhere today. Rightfully righteous, I know what I deserve. All my life I've been a street kid, kicked on the curb. Where it's born, we had the herb wrapped in the tightest jawn. Action on your front lawn, looping the great Victor Vaughan. I'm calm, just need some real ones to vibe with. Don't wanna question my click, we're plowing down my shit. Apply pressure, grind bitch, changing current climates. Beggy rappers online, asking to see my privates. Generation thirsty, beg my 20s, reimburse me. If I don't make it and I'm 30, I transcend, I'm more than earthly, otherworldly. Poverty is relative, UK hood's looking dirty. One thing I gotta claim's a mindset that's sturdy. I'm an introspective rapper, even my sets disturb me. Reps filled sets, I'm curvy. Past decisions now curse me, so I just work G. That self-work that got me nervy. Used to smoke Sensei Star till my lens got blurry. Tell my grand don't worry, I'll be rich like a Tory. Fuck the taxes, call me corny, but yeah, community's important. I got news soon, there's just a couple more installments. Maybe I'm the type who rants on mics and you find boring. I guess you ain't seen all the heat that I've been storing. I used to write all night and roll straight into the morning. Caught in my element, the calm before the storming. I'm just trying to be happy. Smoke my first joint at the Abbey. Smoke my first cig at the Abbey. Saw my first bike at the Abbey. Had my first fight at the Abbey. Saw my first knife at the Abbey. Sold my first drawer at the Abbey. Yeah, I relive the story gladly. Evolved into a babby. Roll up my trees and smoke away. Maybe I'll go, maybe I'll stay. Maybe I'll float somewhere today. Roll up my trees and smoke away. Maybe I'll go, maybe I'll stay. Maybe I'll float somewhere today. Roll up my trees and smoke away. Maybe I'll go, maybe I'll stay. Maybe I'll float somewhere today. Roll up my trees and smoke away. Maybe I'll go, maybe I'll stay. Maybe I'll
Froze me again.
You're leaving again, that means we're not speaking again. Losing weight, not eating again. Don't need a plate, I just eat from tin. I sit back,
The end
relax,
for you
while screaming within.
potatoes.
Think of the times when we was a thing, yeah, we could get lovely with no needing to drink. I miss the feel of your skin on mine, oh my. Times I know that I sin.
It's fine,
Chances
Kaveri.
slim and the lights been dim. Chances thin
Right,
and the
Mario,
night's been grim.
reflexes
But
look
still a
perfect,
good
you're
vibe,
fit
the
as
life
you can
vibrate.
be.
I'll kick you out, you come right back in.
Thank you. Do you think it would take long to, what did you call it again? Analysing the data from Vita's scans. Take a while, I don't know if there would be anything I can use to help you from the data Vita above you can.
Done waiting, you're not changing, and I'm done defending what you're here slating. Done pretending like you're amazing, like you're leaving again. That means we're not speaking again. Losing weight, not eating again. Don't need a plate, I just eat from tin. I sit back, relax while screaming within. Think of the times when we was a thing, yeah, we could get lovey, we don't need you to drink. I miss the feel of your skin on mine, oh mine. Times I know that I shout. You attract crowds when you get loud, and you don't back down till I take blame. It's the only way that we sort it out. We be sorting rounds like points get made. We both know that we both go down, and we always lose, and it just goes round. Never improve, so it just stays grounded, bounded till we got a doubt in us. Ain't no us if it's without trust. You be talking love, you just dipped in lust. When you want me, when you get real drunk, I'll be taking for a ride, that you pick me up. Drop me off and you left me lost. Act like I'm not the guy you want, go and act like you're not the girl I love. Like, you're leaving again. That means we're not speaking again. Losing weight, not eating again. Don't need a plate, I just eat from tin. I sit back, relax while screaming within. Think of the times when we was a thing, yeah, we could get lovey with no needing to drink. I miss the feel of your skin on mine, oh my.
Get blocked.
I ain't got no time for when I wake up, yeah. Believe me, I see through a lot of fake love, yeah. But I'ma let it go because it really ain't a thing to me, yeah. I stay focused on my trip, I'm flying. You stay high, shit, you say I can just read your mind, zero mind. I stay shining, ain't no dimming over here. I don't gotta panic for that interview. I can call whenever for the rendezvous. Feel the room, I got presence. And I never came in with a thing. In a village where the only thing that they view is me. How can they cancel when the only thing that made me was me? Been gaining titles since a teen. Granny Dupree, and bitch, I'm still here. Standing like a pine
cool,
tree.
level 10. I finally did an actual quest. I think that's a good time for a little break before we move on to the next thing. So I'll take a little quick break.
I put that shit on, I be getting from these owners, I be fly as hell. I get bro no hope about they out there, even though it's far as hell. I fly different bitches out the hang, I got 3 spots to chill. Ain't gon' lie, the way this K blast, I got 'em off for real. Put down that Drake, I turn this Glock to a fully auto. Gucci headband on my head like Leonardo. Took a plane in 2 FNs when I went to Cabo. I was getting head on the jet, she playing mulatto. Made it out the mud, came from nothing, I'm a thug. Never asked for a second chance, I'ma go outside and jug. Perry Ellis sweatpants with 100,000 in the club. Surrounded by the same motherfuckers from my hood, I'm good.
Don't take my time for granted. You seen the start to where am I, you know that I'm about it. I'm changing views, there's nothing you can do, and I believe in my crew. I ain't got no time for when I wake up, yeah. Believe me, I see through a lot of fake love, yeah. But I'ma let it go because it really ain't a thing to me, yeah. I stay focused on my trip, I'm flying. You stay high, shit, you say I can just read your mind, zero mind. I stay shining, ain't no dimming over here.
Yeah. I need it, 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 yeah. Come on, baby, Now come on, give me the money. Give a damn what they talking. Ain't nobody ripping it from me. Never crummy. I prefer the flower, never the gummy. I'm getting high by day, getting high by night. If you talking wild, then go on, get the fuck out my sight. How does it feel to make real music, baby? You know I got an addiction to making the music, baby. I'm hoping they use it, baby. My mind, I'm a loser, baby. In the back of the Mercedes, I'm getting zooted, baby. Come on now, catch me on my YouTube, wildin' out. More relevant than you ever been, you crying about shit that can't be done, hating it can't be fun. I'm part of the pantheon. I feel like Dilla when he was doing the drums for running in the pocket. Now I'm a son of if they throwing shade, it's above your pay grade. Been killing it, ripping it since I was in the 8th grade. Rhymes and making beats, man, what a beautiful trade. Do this every day. Everybody that want it don't really want it, okay? Like a bitch that you want it, but she don't give you no play. Hold up, wait a minute, I'm feeling infinite. Hold up, wait a minute, I'm feeling infinite. The gain, the pain, the search for what's the game. The picture that I've been trying to paint in the frame. You and me is the furthest thing from one and the same. You fucking lame. I used to be a slave. I was playing the field, now I'm just playing the game. But really, it's not a game.
It's time.
I need it, yeah.
It's time.
Really, it's not a game.
It's time for
I need it.
the game to change.
Really, it's not a.
It's time.
I need it, yeah. I need it, yeah. I need it, yeah.
I left my feelings in the fire. They won't believe me unless I'm crying. Thought keeping busy might just solve it all. It's time for the game to change. I'm playing different now, I'm older. Won't gamble for the thrill is over. New life is bringing me a different joy. It's time for the game to change.
Hey Thomas, what up? Let's jump on the Nora path. I'm bored as hell and trying to kill some aliens.
Say hello to the Lord with my sincerest regards. Why the rising tide of troubled waters we cross into the fire and frost when the desire is lost? It's a survivor's remorse that raised higher the course. During the year of the horse, I had so much to resolve, it hung me over. I was fearing the hair of the dog. They killed my homie. I was there when they carried him off. When we buried him, we wrapped him in Nigerian cloth. They told a story about him having a malaria cough. They tried to say he had a weapon that was clearly a torch. I hold the fury so they fear me, but it nearly was boss. Expecting me to be forgiven like it really was squashed. But I have seen so much that I can never be hushed. I've been the bearer of a burden that is heavy as fuck. I'm pure legacy, incredibly, I'll never be touched. It ain't nowhere to go from here but up. While we were all in denial, and seeing the murderer smile as he was brought in the trial. I watched the vulture circle the weight in the fall of a child, and canines devoured alive, the call of the wild. I couldn't accept the charge for the call of the void, or for progress destroyed over Darwin and Freud. Survival totally could depend on the toss of a coin or a pawn. Which organization allows you to join? I live on the borderline like a dishwater blind, or like Malcolm shooting up the head to the autobahn. I caught a vibe, I would have taken it as some sort of sign where I'm more aligned, but I was running so short of time, and I have felt so much that I am numb to the touch. When their assumptions make it hard for me to function is rough, cause every something I ever wanted was once in my clutch. So ain't nowhere to go from here but up.
Getting so melodramatic with you on this climb. Can't wait to feel shitty and tell you about it another time. All of the blistering meds and the callous, even our bickering getting nostalgic. All of those little things melting in mountains in my mind. August came by, saw you say bye, wanna stay by your side. What the fuck do you say when you know life cannot be the same, but you try and try? If those footsteps remain after time went by, something expiring. I guess them butterflies in my stomach, I've been fucking retiring. When I'm back on the climb, you're only with me in the back of my mind now. It's a cycle, it's a path I can't find. Sisyphus, grimace is the right and wrong. Vulnerable, maybe it's my fate and it's all my fault. And I know you got a matter now, yeah. Wish it wouldn't feel so broken to me. Try to take the edge off, but that only brought it closer to me. And I just wanna live in a motherfucking log cabin, in a place where you never have to call back, never have to log back in. I've been backlogged, the black fog, I fall back in. Dreaming of times it wasn't all madness. I just can't make a thought, I've been in Sisyphus mode, looking up the path of a tall mountain. And I keep getting stuck in these potholes. Maybe I should just let the route roll. I've been so close to the peak, I know, but I'm trying to stay away from the drop though. So I don't. They only love me when I'm back on the climb. You're only with me in the back of my mind now. It's a cycle, it's a path I can't find. Sisyphus, grimace is the right and wrong. Vulnerable, maybe it's my fate and it's all my fault. And I know you got a matter now, yeah. Watch your step, lifting slow. Give me no imprint in the snow. And all of you to pieces till it's all left with, yeah, it's all left with me, yeah.
We back. Right. We are going to not watch my stream. Just gonna get some updates of 3i Atlas. Of course, mainly from Avi Loeb, as he is the guy mainly speaking about it, really. Okay. News Nation. Might need to allow audio first. Also turn this music down for me. Right.
By the way, its way through. One of the latest leaks of the Epstein files basically alleges an email exchange that says that Putin has a photo of Donald Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob. Yep.
A real photo?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. We don't have the photo is not in the files, but there is an email from Jeffrey Epstein, I can't remember to whom, basically saying it's like Donnie sucked Billy off, and Billy is the name that everyone used to call Bill Clinton. And that Putin had a photo of it, which is why Trump and Putin were always so close, because obviously he had massive blackmail over him. Just thought that was important to share.
Thank you.
So we're going to the Christmas market tomorrow then.
Our solar system, and we've been tracking its progress very closely, especially because Professor Loeb suspects that it might actually be alien technology scoping us out. And for those who like a side order of conspiracy theory with their servings of UFOs, he claims, Avi Loeb does, that NASA is keeping critical evidence about 3I Atlas away from public view. Professor Avi Loeb joins me now. What's NASA potentially hiding about 3I? Atlas?
Well, on October 2nd, the 3I Atlas came closest to Mars, within 30 million kilometers, and the high-res camera on board the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter took several images of it. These are the highest resolution images we have. 3 times better in spatial resolution, about 30 kilometers per pixel, compared to the previous best image, which was the Hubble Space Telescope image. And that was a day after the government shutdown took over NASA, and we haven't gotten the data. And my point is that the politics of the day should not sabotage science. They have the data, they should share it with scientists. They can wait with any press release, but for the scientists to analyze the data, that would serve an important purpose of helping us design the future observations of this object. I should also say that the news yesterday was that this object came closest to the sun. And it received a huge amount of heat from the sun. And the latest report indicates that it became extremely bright, much more than expected for familiar distance of 3I Atlas from the sun could only be 20 times cooler than the sun, so it should be redder, and any dust.
But so what does that mean, Avi? What does that mean if it's hotter than the sun?
We have another anomaly. The object is bluer than the sun, which we don't fully understand. And as of a few hours ago, the first hint for a non-gravitational acceleration, meaning something is affecting its trajectory beyond gravity, was indicated. And so what I'm telling you is that there are new facts about this object that make it even more interesting than it was before. You know, before we knew it moves in the plane of the planets with a very small likelihood. Then we realized that it's very massive, about 1 million times more massive than the first interstellar object, Oumuamua. And then there was nickel with very little iron detected around it, the way we find in industrial production of nickel alloys. And then there was a jet from it towards the sun that was also anomalous. And then there was polarization from it that was never seen before for comets. So there are all these indications.
Bottom line, there's a lot that is making you continue to be very intrigued, a lot about this thing that makes it look like it might be something not quite natural, but we don't know yet. Avi Loeb, come back once we get that NASA image. And also, I'd love to hear more from you about why you think maybe we all originated on Mars, but we'll leave that to another night. Avi Loeb, great to have you on.
Who haven't been tracking 3I Atlas as closely, what it is, what it's doing, and why.
When we saw only small ones before, and it comes along the plane of the planets around. Learn more about it. A satellite re-entry is not large, but the Federal Aviation Agency estimated that within a... Yes, it does.
Satellites crash. Now is director for the Smithsonian Center.
One of my favorite guests. Come back soon once we know more. You're always welcome here.
Yeah, space junk. Space trackers say Elon Musk's Starlink satellites are producing so much orbital garbage that it's now starting to fall back to Earth. An astronomer with Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics says an average of, get this, 1 to 2 satellites are deorbiting every single day. Wow. Joining me now is Director for the Institute for Theory and Computation at Harvard University, Avi Loeb. Dr. Loeb, you hear about satellites crashing down from the sky. Needless to say, that gives one pause.
Yes, it does. And thank you for having me. The Earth is big, and 71% is covered by oceans. So the chance right now of getting killed by a fragment from a satellite re-entry is not large. But the Federal Aviation Agency estimated that within a decade, this chance of getting hit by a fragment rises to 61% per year for a single person to be endangered. And that's a real concern. Just this year, SpaceX launched 2,000 satellites, and altogether the population will increase very soon to tens of thousands, and that would be a risk. Not to speak about the possible pollution of the atmosphere with the evaporation of all these metals into it.
Dr. Loeb, so many questions around this. Why are they crashing back down to Earth? Is it something about the satellites that loses the ability to continue to propel or whatever and resist maybe the gravity of Earth? I'm not a scientist. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know.
Well, this was planned. It's not unexpected. The lifespan of these satellites is about 5 years for Starlink, and so the idea was to deorbit them and let them burn in the atmosphere. And indeed, they're small enough for most of them to burn up and not reach the ground. However, some fragments can do so and reach the ground. And the concern is that the ozone layer may be damaged as they evaporate, but also there is some potential risk. And I think lawyers will start getting involved if there is damage to property or to human lives. So altogether, this is a new threat from the sky.
Sure.
We are not talking just about rocks falling from the sky in the form of meteors, but also human-made debris. And in addition to that, there is the problem to astronomers that these are city lights in the sky during the nighttime. And in fact, there is the Rubin Observatory in Chile monitoring the southern sky every 4 nights. And there are lots of streaks from these existing satellites that prevent astronomers from looking at the sky without interruption.
And getting accurate information. Dr. Loeb, we just threw up a chart there with some numbers about the number of objects that are actually in the sky. The report says there are like 12,000 satellites in orbit. 8,000 of them are Elon Musk's Starlinks. Should we be concerned about these objects possibly not even so much making it back to Earth, but even just, like you said, the pollution that they cause?
Well, yeah, the biggest issue is that once you have too many of them out there, they might collide by chance with one another. It's not such a big problem for low Earth orbits, but as you go higher, it becomes a real danger because there is a point where a large enough population starts a cascade where some satellites collide and then break up, and then those fragments break up other satellites. And that would be a real problem for anything that we fly, to elevations of hundreds of miles.
Dr. Avi Loeb with a sober warning this morning to look up, be aware, and just know that 70% of the Earth is covered with water, and we're probably going to be just fine. Dr. Loeb, thank you so much.
Is aligned with the orbit of the Earth around the Sun, and it will get extremely close to the inner planets, like of risk from interstellar object could get from Earth that would intercept the
You got to tell me what 3i Atlas is. The asteroid moving through space with weird characteristics and a different trajectory. It's speeding up, it's slowing down. It has a tail in front of it, right? It's weird, like ice is melting off. Tell me what it is, because some people are saying it's alien.
There are people who are alien adjacent out there who, if there's something that we don't understand,
Alien.
These are the the philosophers used to call this God of the gaps, where there's something we don't understand about the universe. Well, that's God. Dark matter, dark energy. Before the birth of the universe, God must be there. They call it God of the gaps, where you put God where science has yet to tread. Well, in modern times, where there's less God talk, aliens have kind of substituted in that role. So God of the gaps has the alliteration with the 2 G's. Aliens of the gaps doesn't sound as good. So I say aliens of our ignorance.
Oh, wow.
That's what I would call it. So I'm happy to think about mysterious features of this visitor to our solar system, 3i Atlas. Atlas is an acronym of the name of the observing program that discovered it. By the way, there's only 3 of these ever known.
Yep.
Okay.
That came from interstellar space.
Interstellar space, and that's why it has the number 3 in front.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
That's where the 3 come, and the I stands for interstellar. So 3rd interstellar object discovered by this system called Atlas.
For layman's out there, interstellar means
between the stars.
Outside of our solar system?
No, that's one. In my field, we call it like it is. Jupiter has a big red spot on it. We call it Jupiter's red spot. Okay?
Yeah.
Stuff comes from interstellar space. It comes from between the stars. We have very transparent vocabulary. Don't overthink it.
Got it.
Yeah. So yes, it means it comes from outside our solar system, which means it's not bound gravitationally to the sun. And you can know that immediately by how fast it's going. Because it's going to come through and exit the other side. All right. And so we knew this about all three interstellar objects, and each one had peculiar properties. Fine. Everything we know and understand about space matter is in our own solar system. The moons, the comets, the planets, the asteroids, the meteors, the meteorites. It all comes from our own backyard.
But wouldn't that?
So now something's coming from somewhere else. I'm not surprised it has properties we've never seen before.
But as a scientist, does what we know about our current solar system, does that directionally lead you to believe what we know about areas outside of it?
It's the urge to think so. We don't want to think we're special or different. We want to. It's an urge. It's a bias. I'll even call it that. That everything we discover in our backyard is representative of things elsewhere in the universe.
Would that be racist or potentially spacist to assume that everything is like us?
Racist?
Yeah. Is that space? Is this the first case of spacism?
No, but maybe tribalism.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Solar system tribalism.
Yeah.
Okay. There's us, and if you're not us, you're not with us.
Yeah.
You're against us. You're aliens. You're not, right. So yeah, maybe it's drawn from that same place within us.
Imagine we get canceled by some like alien civilization for what we're saying on the show.
It's the otherness of things that, in the slightest way, don't look like you.
Yeah.
Right. And so the urge is to categorize it in some other way rather than to say, here's the parts of you that do look like us, join us, and then we can learn more together. So all I'm saying is, just because you don't understand what you're looking at, it doesn't mean it's aliens. That's all.
It just means that
it means we don't know what it is yet.
But does that not heavily excite you?
Yes, it excites every scientist. Yeah, we because as the area of our knowledge grows, so too does the perimeter of our ignorance.
I just got feedback at ideas you did, and it was a remarkable experience for me. So the first thing I got when I addressed this target and had the bilocal remote viewing target, you generally assume that you're going to be placed somewhere on Earth, space and stars, and I realize that I'm seeing like portions of our solar system at a distance, and I keep blackness of space with star ionized plasma, and something from the sun is breathing life.
I was muted the whole time from when you last came in here. Whoopsie. I will turn the YouTube down as well. Thank you.
Into something that I need to see in space.
It's a good thing I was watching.
So at this point, I go more to the more conscious of the here and now, mass in motion, And then in this target, I sense danger, coiled energy of a force I don't understand. And I ask, is it powered by the sun? Like there's some connection between the sun and this mass that is moving through the solar system. So I look again, have another experiential event, and this is over the course of like over an hour. And I see this thing and I realized it's being pulled through space like by a tractor beam. And I try to draw that as I experienced it. Precision in the solar system heading our way. A lot of people, FF.
I mean, this is kind of interesting. There is a geophysicist on YouTube called Stephen Burns who's been talking a lot about solar weather and how planetary alignment and 3i Atlas might be affecting the solar weather we're experiencing. And this guy did a remote viewing session, apparently double-blind with witnesses, and he felt like there was a correlation or connection between it and our sun. Where was it? Yeah, here. A huge solar flare, coronal mass ejection. So that's the one interesting thing. I did remote viewing by accident. In fact, he liked this. $31. You'd think if you're doing remote viewing and it was all this accurate stuff that you're trying to get someone to pay $60 for, that they'd know how to pronounce it. But I guess not.
On a quiet September day in 2025, members of the Future Forecasting Group sat down for what they assumed would be a routine training exercise. These weren't amateur psychics or weekend mystics. These were professional remote viewers, individuals trained in protocols developed by the Central Intelligence Agency and Stanford Research Institute. They were handed a simple coordinate, a blind target with no context, no hints, no background information. What they perceived in that sterile room would shatter every assumption out a subsistence existence. They were the remnants of an advanced civilization. Consciousness itself operates no longer sufficient, and there might be illusions maintained to preserve so.
Comet 3i Atlas crashed.
Every once in a while, the universe gives us a.
That's just an AI video.
So, new images just dropped.
I think I'm gonna have the best success just Googling it, to be honest. Now this is very credible. This is the European Space Agency. Since it was discovered, astronomers have worked to predict its trajectory. ESA has now improved the predicted location by a factor of 10, thanks to observation from the ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter. By being able to use Mars-based data for an unusual observation, We learned more about the interstellar comet's path through our solar system, a valuable test case for planetary defense, even though it does not pose any danger. Till September, figuring out the location and trajectory of 3i Atlas relied on Earth-based telescopes. Then between the 1st and 7th of October, Mars orbiters looked at it. The Mars probe got about 10 times closer than telescopes on Earth and observed it from a new viewing angle as well. This is what I found interesting about there not being an observable tail at different points in its journey, is that it was captured from different viewing angles, and both from Earth and from the Mars orbiters there was no tail, or there was a tail pointing towards the sun. I think by the time it was the Mars orbiters, it didn't have a tail, something like that. I can't remember that. But people were saying, it's because from our view from the Earth, as it's going behind the sun and stuff, our angle is quite head on, so we might not see a fang. And it's just a visual trick. But the fact that we had probes elsewhere in the solar system at different angles, which also showed no tail, it kind of disproves that theory. So the ESA has recently reduced the uncertainty of the location. It is traveling with speeds up to 250,000 kilometers an hour. It will soon vanish into interstellar space, never to return. This improved trajectory allows astronomers to aim their instruments with confidence, enabling more detailed science of the third interstellar object ever detected. This is the first time that measurements from a spacecraft orbiting another planet, in this case Mars, have been officially submitted and accepted into the Minor Planet Center database, which is a central clearinghouse for asteroid and comet observations. Even though it poses no threat, it was a valuable exercise for planetary defense. The European Space Agency routinely monitors near-Earth asteroids and comets. As this rehearsal shows, it can be useful to triangulate data from Earth with observations from a second location in space. Something that Dr. Avi Loeb has recommended is having different points across our solar system that we can then use almost as like scouts or even earlier warning systems before things then become observable from Earth and then get close to Earth. I mean, he also said, maybe we could have some interceptors as well if we want to land on an interesting thing coming in as well. Comet is currently being observed with our Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer JUICE. Though JUICE is farther from 3i Atlas than the Mars orbiters were last month, it is seeing the comet just after its closest approach to the Sun when it is in a more active state. We don't expect to receive data from JUICE's observations until February 26. However, we should not only count on spacecraft hopefully being in the vicinity of hard-to-observe objects that might pose a threat. The European Space Agency is preparing a NEOMIR mission to cover the known blind spot that the Sun causes for asteroid observations. It will be located between the Sun and Earth to detect near-Earth objects coming from the Sun's direction at least 3 weeks in advance of potential Earth impact. Icy wanderers such as 3i Atlas offer a rare, tangible connection to the broader galaxy. To actually visit one would connect humankind with the universe on a far greater scale. ESA is preparing the Comet Interceptor mission that will learn more about a comet. With luck, it might just be an interstellar one. I think that's what we'd probably learn the most from at this point. We've taken some samples from meteors that we've landed on before. We recently did that in the last 5-10 years. But they fall to Earth all the time. You have impact craters here and on the moon that we've observed, so we know them quite well. I think encountering something different and examining that, I think, would give us the best knowledge, you know. Oh, so apparently the high-res images are expected to be released soon, finally. Multiple sources have informed Avi Loeb they're expected to do so. Very cool. You're curious to know the diameter of the nucleus and understand the geometry of the anti-tail. Our previous high-resolution image was attained by Hubble and revealed an anomalous anti-tail extended toward the Sun rather than away from it. The images from the high-rise camera would give us a side view of the anti-tail, as did the other Mars orbiters, but this will be much better picture by far than those ones. So it should give us a bit more information about the nucleus, the size of it. Apparently, we should be aware that there is an even larger object approaching the Sun from great distances. A comet larger than Lake Erie and 10,000 times more massive than 3i Atlas is moving toward the Sun from the Oort cloud. Oh, I missed a Vigoroth in chat. It was discovered in 2014. When observed, it was 29 astronomical units away from the Sun, almost as far as Neptune, which was the largest distance at which a comet has ever been discovered. It is the largest Oort cloud comet known. randomly went on about that comet, but cool. This was 2 days ago. Images from the Nordic Optical Telescope suggesting it did not break up after passing by the Sun. Suggestions that its tail is still growing, which is interesting considering it's going further away from the Sun. Growing length and brightness suggest increasing sublimation of volatile materials, including CO2 and dust, that are then swept into space by the solar wind. Solar wind? It may contain a high fraction of carbon dioxide ice, offering potential clues to the conditions in the distant planetary system where it formed, as well as a valuable insight on how comets evolve beyond our solar neighborhood. Reports that the comet is breaking apart have been greatly exaggerated, and radio signals received don't mean it's an alien probe. No shit. What's unusual about it is what it's made of. It's also red and dusty. It's traveling very fast. Loeb's arguments in favour of an alien probe theory, however, have been thoroughly rebutted in a blog post by Jason Wright. Of Loeb's 10 anomalies that he's listed, only 4 really have planetary scientists interested. The high nickel abundance, the extreme polarization, the strange water abundance, and the rapid brightening. All of these are the sorts of anomalies one expects from a new kind of comet. The claim that it may be breaking apart also came from Loeb, who asserted that the amount of material in the tail when it emerged behind the Sun indicated a mass loss rate too high for a comet of its size to maintain structural integrity if it was natural, he said. Actually, comets often break apart when they get near the Sun, sublimating ice erupting from the blah blah blah. If the comet did break apart, that's proof that it's actually a comet remaining intact. On the other hand, could mean it's artificial, according to Loeb. many other scientists disagree. Commentary scientist Qicheng Zhang of Lao Observatory in Arizona told Live Science, "All the images I've seen show a fairly ordinary, healthy-looking comet. There's no sign at all that the nucleus broke apart." But it doesn't seem like there's actually too many updates on it, other than the reconnaissance orbiter is finally gonna share its data.
Everybody, Dr. G here. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist as well as a body language expert, and today we're going to be analyzing the behavior and body language of Harvard professor and astronomer Avi Loeb. Before we get started, a couple of quick things. One, I wanted to make sure you know this is not a psychological evaluation of any kind. These are just my opinions. In addition to that, I do want to remind you to like and subscribe if you wanted this in a fun way, or is he talking about it in a serious way and something that he actually believes is a real potential. All right, let's just jump right in.
So, is it just another fascinating celestial phenomenon, or did the mothership just separate into a squadron of reconnaissance aircraft? Harvard professor Avi Loeb joins us now. That question is only slightly in jest, given everything you've been saying. Did we see it explode, or did we just happen to go back and measure it and say, oh my gosh, it's now much smaller and in a few different pieces?
Well, what we see are 7 jets coming out of these objects, more than 7 actually, after it passed the...
So what you're seeing from Professor Loeb right now is pretty standard for his body language. We're going to go back and I'm going to break it down, and then we're going to watch a number of clips of him discussing various aspects of this object. But let's go back for a second.
Now, that question is only slightly in jest, given everything you've been saying. Did we see it explode, or did we just happen to go back and measure?
Now, the smile he's giving right now is very consistent with how he typically is on many of his videos. So if you're wondering why would he be smiling, is that because he's being deceptive? Is that because he's trying to fool people? That's not how I would interpret this. What we would typically see with a smile is that if somebody is lying and they're trying to hide it, they might smile after the lie because they feel good about getting away with it. Sometimes we see that. This is different. This to me appears like excitement. He wants people to listen to him. Let's keep going. I'll explain more.
Did we just happen to go back and measure it and say, oh my gosh, it's now much smaller and in a few different pieces?
Well, what we see are 7 jets.
Now, this is also interesting. You saw him blinking a lot before he started talking. Now, blinking can denote stress. That can suggest that someone is feeling a bit stressed when they're talking about something. Now, he was doing it before he started talking. So whether or not it's a bit of stress because he's doing an interview, I've done interviews like this, it can be a little bit stressful. But you're going to notice the blink rate actually goes back to normal once he starts talking about the object, which means that he may be feeling some stress, but not the kind of stress from lying that you might expect. So far, we're not seeing any signs of deception. So far, we're seeing somebody that's very excited about what they're talking about, but no signs of deception.
Smaller and in a few different pieces.
Well, what we see are 7 jets coming out of these objects, more than 7 actually.
Now, something you probably just noticed, his eyebrows are going up when he says we saw 7 jets. Now, he really wants you to hear that. Now, when we raise our eyebrows, it brings attention to our face. So when you think about him saying, we saw 7 jets, we saw more actually, we're seeing the feelings, we're seeing his eyebrows raised because our eyebrows do that automatically unconsciously to bring attention to our face because we really want people to listen. When we lie, we tend to raise our eyebrows less during lies because we're afraid of getting caught in our lies. So far, once again, everything he's saying, he seems to absolutely believe.
Data from hundreds of observatories around the Earth, plus the Hubble and Webb telescopes. In the coming weeks, by the middle of December, it will get closest to Earth on December 19th. And by then, I hope we will know the nature of the object, because if it's natural and it disintegrated, we would know what it was made of. We would see the pieces. However, if it maintains its integrity and you see high-speed jets coming out of it, we can measure the speed, we can measure the mass flux. We will know that it's something unusual. So I would hope that...
So you see him moving his arms, you see his eyebrows going up. Once again, this is somebody who's feeling what he is saying. He feels excited by this. You see the smile of excitement. To me, this is someone who is genuinely and passionately talking about this subject. This is someone who really believes that this may be something more than just a natural object flying through the sky.
That by the holidays, we would definitely know what the nature of this object is, and that would be a nice gift for all of us.
Now, you also heard him give a specific timeline. One thing that liars do not like to do is they don't like to say something specific. So he's saying, by the holidays, we will know this. And that also indicates he's taking a scientific approach to this. He's not having fun. He's really trying to explain that he believes all of this.
This object is, and that would be a nice gift for all of us.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. We're being invaded by aliens. At least it sounds like Avi will know for sure one way or the other, which would be nice to have a definitive answer. Okay, Avi, on December 19th, you're booked on this show to
I will be
reveal
glad
all.
Yeah, whatever it is, you know, it's a blind date, and whatever it is, I will let you know if it's The Rock or something more exciting. Either way, we'll learn something new.
Something more exciting may be the most...
Now, after he said that, you saw his eyes squint a little bit. We tend to squint when we think or hear things that we don't like. So when he says, when it's passing closest to Earth around December 19th, we're going to know what it is, whether it's rock or something more exciting. To me, there's a little bit of stress around that. It seems like the idea that it's something else might actually be a source of stress. He may not see this as something benign, even if it isn't naturally made. So there seems to be some actual concern there as well.
Whatever it is, I will let you know if it's The Rock or something more exciting. Either way, we'll learn something new.
Something more exciting may be the most dramatic understatement of the night. Avi Loeb, thank you so much.
So he brings it back to the smile, but for a brief moment there, you could see that as he talked about this, when he talked about as it following closest to the Earth or when it's going to be coming closest to the Earth, there seemed to be some legitimate concern in his face. Watch this again.
Or something more exciting. Either way, we'll learn something new.
Something more exciting may be the most dramatic understatement of the night. Avi.
So even if only briefly, it seemed there was some real concern underlying that. All right, let's jump to another clip of him talking about aspects of this interstellar object. Have you ever Googled your own name or email address? Before I had Aura, I did, and wow, it was my full name. You automatically requesting removal. U.S.-based fraud experts have been vulnerable, and you should.
Blue. When in past observations it was red and then green. That Harvard professor was kind enough to give up a Friday night to join me here live, and boy do I have questions, Professor. First of all, should we be prepping?
We should monitor it. Thanks for having me. That's the way science is done. We shouldn't assume we know the answer about its nature in advance. It's a blind date of interstellar proportions, and my advice on blind dates is watch the other side before you say anything.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Let's talk about 3i Atlas and...
Once again, we're seeing a very similar body language. The way that the eyebrows raise, if you're paying attention to that, you know what he really wants you to focus on. The smile on his face. We're not seeing what some people refer to as Duper's delight, where he has a normal expression, says something that might be misleading or that he believes is not actually true, and then smiles a little bit afterward. We're not seeing anything like that.
Solar system. Why is this one standing out, other than the blue light that I mentioned before?
Oh, first of all, it's very big. It's the size of a city, 5 kilometers in diameter, 1 million times more massive than the first interstellar object that we discovered 8 years ago. This is just the third, and it's so massive. There might not be enough material in interstellar space to deliver such a big object to our neighborhood over the past decade. Another thing is that it moves in the plane of the planets around the sun, which is very surprising, a chance of 1 in 500. It shed some nickel without much iron, which is very surprising because the only place we find nickel without iron is in industrial production of nickel alloys. And most recently...
So now I talk a lot about the eyebrows. I know everybody's got their own sort of tells in terms of what they're really feeling. If you'll notice, he's leaving his eyebrows up the whole time, which means he's, once again, really excited about what he's saying. When he talked about there being nickel without iron, that we typically see that in industrial settings, that's not something that nature would typically produce, his eyebrows stay up that whole time. There's nothing there that suggests that he doesn't believe every word that he's saying. So I don't think that he's doing this for fun. I don't think that he's doing this because it's getting him interviews and things like that. I think he absolutely believes exactly what he's saying and all of the various possibilities that this 3i Atlas could be.
Is in industrial production of nickel alloys. And most recently, as you pointed out, it actually showed some non-gravitational acceleration. There was some propulsion that moved it away from its original trajectory.
Now you'll notice he blinked a little bit when he said propulsion. And to me that suggests, once again, the idea that this has propulsion is stressful to him. He takes that seriously enough that he feels it even saying the word propulsion. Watch this right here.
Pointed out, it actually showed some non-gravitational acceleration. There was some propulsion that moved it away from its original trajectory.
See, after saying propulsion, he blinked, saying that it moved it away. So it does sound like he's describing something that he likely believes is not, in fact, entirely natural in origin.
And I would have expected that it would lose 10 to 20% of its mass as a result of the recoil from that mass loss. And we don't see any cometary tail around it in recent days after it passed closest to the sun on October 29th. So all of these are anomalies. There are 10 of them. I didn't list all of them. And that's what makes me ask the question, is this technological in origin? Because when you have...
So you see him laugh and smile before he stated, is this technological in origin? Because he understands how that is going to sound to some people. Some people are going to hear that and they're going to go, this is crazy. Why would I believe that? And so the fact that he laughs a little beforehand rather than after, once again, suggests that he believes what he's saying. This does not appear to be deceptive in any way.
Anomalies, there are 10 of them. I didn't list all of them. And that's what makes me ask the question.
Okay. So this guy, body language dude, is basically telling us that he doesn't think Avi Loeb is lying anyway, or purposely misleading us. I think. Check the YouTube stream. Okay, cool. Nothing. Didn't I catch something? Ah, Sligu. He's level 41? Did I get that right? He's level 41. And we have a level 32 Galarian Zigzagoon. 23 Squelp. Not Squelp. That's pretty good. That means I can like get rid of Ninjask and shit. How do I add them again? Can I evolve it? No. Battle. Yeah. Skrelp. And we want Zigzagoon in as well. So my little team is much better now. Nice. But I think I will probably play a game or two of Master Duel. Gotta open up Steam. Probably end the stream early though, 'cause I'm getting tired. There's a new pack in Master Duel. Okay, Master Duel time. Pokemon is going to be in the chat. change the stream title now. Okay, we're good. We can switch to Master Duel. It's only half midnight. Why am I so tired? Ooh, what is this? An eFootball base? Wow, that's so amazing. Fusion exceeds link event is available. Oh, good, I think. Although these infinite permanent sleeves look cool. The fusion group can only include fusion monsters in the extra deck and blah blah blah. So there are different groups. Right. Okay. So I could just go in that and play branded or something. Heliolisk has appeared. I cannot say. Not when I'm sneezing, especially. What a weird little dude. Resembles a yellow lizard, electric, normal type. I could do with one of those, I guess. I don't think I have an electric type. It does sound like a cool-ish event though. Nijisani. What is that? Nijisani Master Duel Festival 2025 Tournament Stream. Secret packs featuring the themes used by the Nijisani streamers will be available in the shop, and you also get one pack for free. Well, it does have Cyber Dragons, which I like. Log in during the campaign period to receive one Crimson Power Force structure deck. If you already have 3 copies of this, the reward will be 500 gems instead. I do not, so okay. What was the band list again? Appaloosa Band, Swarm Ouroboros, Anti-Spell Fragrance, and Leonir Band. Malice Chessy Cat Limited. Cold Bite to 1. Snows Ryzials to 1. Droll to 2. Some Labyrinth cards to 3. I do want to just climb up ranked though, rather than do the special tournament thing, because I'm in silver at the moment. After the deranking. So I've already played a couple duels of this new season. We're like halfway in. Pudding Mori Kinma. What? Pudding. Pudding Mori Kinma. No idea what that means. I like their dual field. It's quite high resolution in parts. You cannot activate. Not allowed. Why would they do this? That's why, I guess. No, they could do that anyway. Okay. I love that as soon as we've switched to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme song music has started. Ooh. So cool. Traptrix Alameris. So it's unaffected by trap effects while it has material, and it does have material. Attach to special summon an insect from a graveyard or plant. It leaves because of... Oh, if one of my monsters leaves a card because of their effects, and is now in the graveyard or banished, it can basically special summon it. Okay. So if I summon this, I can set one Paramite spell trap. I can also tribute it to send a normal monster from deck to grave. During your standby, if you have a normal monster in your field or graveyard, add this to hand. Okay. Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Discard a card at a level 1 light tuner. And a spell trap bunch of blue eyes. So I'll discard Sarony. Adding Rule. And Maiden. Okay, let's do this guy. So we get to set Primate Drill Beam. And we can tribute it to send Blue Eyes to the graveyard. Activate Maiden. So we have True Light. We can normal Kyberman the Legend. It's another one from Deek. Activate Maiden. Okay. Let's bring out this dude. Now we can get another Blue Eyes. Another one. And we can get Hope Harbinger. Or we can do that after the battle phase. Let's True Light. Let's Roar. Get the final Blue Eyes out from our deck. Three Blue Eyes White Dragons on the field. Now let's Synchro, bring out Spirit Dragon. Can we get lethal? Don't know if it's enough. Do we have a trap in the graveyard? I do. Okay, let's do this then. Tribute this Blue Eyes equipped with the Neo. Bring it out. Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Right, now let's go to battle phase. Attack the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I can attack with this. If they let me. Special summon Trap Tricks. I believe I could negate that. And they're either going to surrender or I'm just going to beat them to death right now. Because I can attack with that. Also, I'll set an imperm with my graveyard down. Bring them down to 1,300. Then I hope it works like this. Tribute summon this. It specials them in defense position. Okay, so it's not game quite yet. Hey, is this once per turn? This is level 8. I think actually gonna link off Tyrant Dragon and Blue Eyes for this sphere. And then that's it from me. Have Drill Beam, Majesty, and Impermanence set. Okay. What did they target? Tyrant Dragon. Okay. Which is like unaffected by traps. So we're gonna do this. Send it back to my extra deck. It's game, right? Are they gonna surrender or let me do it? Come on. There we go. Ooh, Crimson Powerful Stretch Deck. This will probably be my final game. Generator, boss stage. Yeah. That's 2 turns in a row. I got the second and opened with the inbound. Very lucky. Okay, not the best draw. Really, they get to do that just from drawing for 10? if I activate a card in response to any of their Gene Raider cards, they get to discard a card, and then each player draws a card. Can I just regular key these all? All of these? These guys in the hand of all graveyards send one Gene Raider from the hand to the graveyard. So if they have a Gene Raid card in their hand right now, they can special this back from the graveyard. I mean, let's try it. So that's just gonna get destroyed. Okay, let's do this. This. Yeah. That's quite a short game. Back up to silver 3. I was platinum this season before. Is it too bad if I turn this light off just because it's doing my head in? You can still see me, but it's just very menacing. Okay. This is alright, I suppose. Let's play another game. This is definitely the final one. Uh-oh. telling me that specials from deck, it adds from deck, then allows you to special summon it. Bruh. Adam, it's really spell trap. Do I Veiler this? Or will they have a stronger monster that I can Veiler later? Just gonna do it. Just gonna do it. If I click on it. Anyway. Wait, they did it anyway. Oh, it's that one's effect. Which will summon a reptile monster from your deck. Knights on 7. And it was something else. And it triggers it. That probably would have been good to Veiler, wouldn't it? Smith and Mitsurugi. I think I'm cooked. I think I am cooked. Oh my god, that ritual card is not once per turn. That is a big one. Not too bad. Wait, what? Your opponent can discard a card, or it's negated. I suppose I can negate my Jet Dragon. I mean, discard my Jet Dragon. And that is Let's put 10. Yeah, good. Okay. Dictator of D. One of the D men. When an effect is activated, the special summons to detach, negate, and then destroy. Well, that's annoying. Now, I can take control of one of their cards. I don't think that would help me. Probably go draw 2 here, if they let me. Oh dear. I mean, yeah, what the fuck is that person doing? Mitsurugi Fiendsmith in silver is interesting. But I'd like to think now I know a bit more about the Mitsurugi cards, because it's my first time coming up against them. Do I want a Grand Bull? Maybe. I haven't got much time. Pookie catch. Well, we did indeed climb up a rank, but that's it, and I am now tired. More tired. So thank you for anyone who stopped by during the stream. It's really hard for me at the moment to keep up to date with any YouTube or Twitter viewers or comments or likes or anything like that. It's much easier for me to keep up to date with Twitch, but I have to kind of go through different apps on my phone at the moment until I get a second monitor, or find a better way of doing it. So sorry if I missed any comments. But yeah, that is going to be the stream. I don't think I'll put the curse. Oh, oops! I put the curse back to you on the screen. Stream is over. Goodbye. I will be back next Friday, unless I have to cancel.
started a fire? It's burning up in my head. Why do I always tell myself that it's not over yet? Why you gotta tear my heart out? Leave me in the rain. Why do I always tell myself that it's not over?
I still got all of this beef when I'm French fries. Even if I die, we can continue in the next life. My neck over 100k, no SIs. The rappers can't go back to their block. The boy band like Westlife. I done a night shift with a fucked up light switch. Grinding, I had a non-existent sex life. And when all your real wars within a square mile, you feel you need some crocodile teeth and not from the reptile. I keep coming back, it's not over yet. I can ice skate, on the Zord the Merpa get. Jakes think I'm washing up this money like a laundrette. Real niggas come from the trap and try to turn their block corporate. Imagine us white collar, it still gets bipolar. We still walk with it, I got the weight on my shoulders. Distribute this bread like the Passover. Eating uptown in some Yves Saint Laurent loafers.
Tell me why you started a fire. It's burning up in my head. Why do I always tell myself that it's not over yet? Why you gotta tear my heart out? Leave me in the rain. Why do I always tell myself that it's not over yet?
It's Nina with the Nina, should be an arena. How the fuck I end up being a wing cleaner? I'm a big dreamer. Mum told me stop hanging with them gangsters. She don't know I was the ringleader. Putting work when you was with a chick. They was watching Nick Jr. I was a junior getting Nick. 2017 you would've saw me with a junkie. Came out of jail, started touring around the country while these broke niggas reminisce. My new movie's coming out soon. I just shot the pilot like a terrorist. They think that I'm back on my grind, but I'm focused like the Matrix. The plugs at the back of my mind. Focus. They hold all kinds of grudges. They gotta stream the boxing while I'm one row behind the judges. Frank Lucas, I City, KSI. I'm a money still long nigga, FYI.
Tell me why you started a fire. It's burning up in my head. Why do I always tell myself that it's not over yet? Why you gotta tear my heart out? Leave me in the rain. Why do I always tell myself that it's not over?